Hello humans, it's Crayon here today. So the flash of the week is going to be the Book of Living Magic, again by Jonas Kyratzes, just like last week's was. This actually came out a year before the Fabulous Screech did, and was what really introduced me to his work as a developer. So without further ado, let's get started. Introduction. Once upon a time, there was a girl called Ravenlocks. Well, to be precise, she was called Raven Locksmith. This unfortunate name was given to her by her parents when they were in their New Age phase, before they became leading motivational speakers in the shoe industry. Initially, this terrible name weighed heavily on the young girl. She often felt that she didn't belong in the world, like a changeling child. She looked around her and found it impossible to believe that these were truly her people, and that this was truly her home. As she grew older and acquired the wise habit of hitting those who made fun of her name over the head with a shovel, she began to realize that perhaps it was not her name that made her life so miserable. The real problem was that she was bored. I know that I get that way if my main activity is hitting people over the head with a shovel. You see, Raven lived in a city called Dull, and Dull was rather boring. It was a big city full of skyscrapers and dirt and rats and banking institutes and motivational speakers, but not much else. You see, it's also located in the holy corporate bureaucracy of Yon, near Paint Dry, Borington, and Ghastly upon Tedious. Land of Sweaty Bum, Kingdom of Flop are nearby, pretentious, blasé, and Blauffert. She felt like the walls were closing in on her. Soon she would be trapped forever. Her parents gave her long speeches about finding herself and discovering her personal path to happiness, which seemed to involve becoming someone who ruined other people's lives. "Buy this," the TV screamed at her. "Don't eat that," the magazines commanded. She wanted to read, but the libraries were torn down. She wanted to be told stories, but all the shows she loved were canceled. Sometimes she thought that there was no escape at all. Her path was a one-way road to becoming a good and proper citizen of Dole, and there was nothing she could do to stop herself from becoming a hollow creature that followed orders, a cog in the great machine. She remembered what her parents had been like in their New Age phase. Yes, it was all quite silly. She knew that even as a child, but back then they'd still had dreams. Her father had wanted to be an artist. Her mother had wanted to act. She remembered them talking about it. Had any of that ever been real? It hadn't taken them very long to sell their dreams away, first as assistants to the mayor of Dole, Mr. Urizen, and later as leading motivational speakers. "Oh, it's a very creative job, honey," her mother used to tell her. "It's like working in advertising." That was not Raven's idea of creativity. Worrying about all these rather depressing matters, Ravenlocks fell asleep, and while she slept, a dream fluttered away from the high towers of beautiful Wonderopolis, city of dreams, and flew to the city of Dole, and, resting upon the side of her bed, it gently whispered in her ear. Thus it came to pass that Ravenlocks dreamed of the Book of Living Magic, and the path that had been set before her was forever altered. Though she did not know what the Book of Living Magic was, she knew that she must find it, and that finding it would change her life. Ravenlocks woke up and packed her bags, and left her home before the faint stars had disappeared from the smog-covered sky. She walked and walked and walked, away from the city and towards the lands of dream, and all the old things that were hollow and dead fell away. At long last, of her journey across crumbling highways and decaying suburbs, she came to the village of Oddness Standing, which stood in the foothills of the mountains of Oddness, and there her first adventure began. Oddness Standing, the town square. Look familiar, everyone? Of course it does. Larger bodies of water may mockingly call it a puddle, but this tiny lake knows very well that its water is as good as anybody's. This flower is watching you. Don't worry, its career as a pickpocket is long over. These days it just hangs around the windowsill reading Daniel Keyes novels. So we're good on that. No pickpocketing flower. Okay, so that was entering. We'll go back in a moment. The interdimensional symbol for ale is emblazoned upon this sign. If you could see through this window, you would see Bob the Spider's secret vacation home, but you can't, so you won't. A fine specimen of Stranglivorius conocciat, also known as the Orange Strangler. This flower sold its soul to Robert Johnson. This flower is rather nervous around people. A four-armed man once sat on it, and it's never been quite the same since. Poor flower. Talking to Stanfred Jimbottom. Welcome. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Oddness Standing. My name is Stanfred Jimbottom, and I am the mayor of this beautiful village. We haven't seen a lot of travelers lately, what with all the problems we've been having, but you're welcome to stay here as long as you want. If there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know. Ah, wait, I have an idea. You look a little lost. How about you take this magic map here? It will allow you to quickly travel around this area, and thanks to its self-scribbling enchantment, it will note down any new places you hear about in colored ink. Isn't that wonderful? No, don't worry, I have another one in my desk, and I'm sure you need it more than I do. Bottle. Bottle? Oh yes, I live in a bottle. I got stuck in here by accident, but I've gotten quite used to it now. I actually rather like it, as a matter of fact. How did I get stuck? Oh, well, it's a long story, but let's just say that you should always remember to use a safe word. Book of Living Magic. I about read the bottle one again. The Book of Living Magic. Magic? That sounds like a powerful magical tome. I just changed the voice, didn't I? But I fear I'm not much of an expert when it comes to such things. We had a young inventor here a few months ago, Bill was his name, who knew quite a bit about magic. He didn't stay very long, though. Left for Wonderopolis after a week or two. Something about a girl called Eni, I believe. Anyway, the best place to look for the book is the Temple of Gloop. Problems. Yes, indeed. You see, not so long ago, a dastardly villain decided to set up his lair in the Forest of Eyeballs, the infamous and horrifying evil Dr. McSelfish. Ever since then, we have lived in fear and apprehension. Many caravans are now avoiding the Mountains of Oddness, saying that the Forest of Eyeballs and the Lake of Blood were bad enough without a scheming villain. It's a very difficult situation for me, and one of the few times I regret being all bottled up. Oddness Standing. Ah, Oddness Standing. It's a beautiful place, isn't it? My parents settled here after their infamous horseradish adventure, and I was born right over there in that house. I spent many years traveling the world when I was a young narf, and I saw many spectacular sights, but Oddness Standing was always calling me back. There's something about the air, something about the mountains and the forest and the wide meadows. It never lets go of your heart. Temple of Gloop. The mutant priests of Gloop are famous for their illuminated and annotated editions of the important books, and they have a huge library. You should ask Shablat about it. He is a mutant priest, and he is very nice. He's currently meditating in that street there to the left. And Narf, we had a new one added here. My father was Regin Jimbottom, a dwarvish professor of archaeology from Bleeper's Vesty near Cardiff. My mother was a Kippian gnome, a Silvatrella Bombastian von Honam Klonk, noted horse thief and amateur neurobiologist. Thus, I am neither dwarf nor a gnome, but a narf. I've heard various people, and mostly academics, of course, claim that to be a narf is a heavy burden and that I should be struggling with issues of identity and alienation. But as far as I can tell, being a narf is rather nice. I have an excellent dwarven beard and nimble gnomish fingers and many other delightful traits. Okay, and bye! Okay, so we're gonna go and look in here. Oh, there's a robot and a lizard. Hello, how might I serve you this fine day? Rumors. It is rumored that there is a banana shortage in Ukeland. Apparently this is related to the great banana throwing festival that was held there a few months ago. Typical, if you ask me. There's been a major earthquake in Toscar. I hope it's not as bad as it sounds. I saw a mud crab the other day. Wait, did I tell you about this before? What? Sorry, I was eating a fly. A refugee from Tolnadra told me that the stock market in Tolhaneth has crashed. The Tolnadran merchants asked Belgran for a bailout, but he threatened to behead the lot of them. Apparently it took the invention of Enrond himself to get the situation under control. He ordered the merchants to donate their property to the Tolnadran Poverty Fund and become monks in the monastery at Martarin. I think some of them would probably have preferred beheading. We had a couple of travelers from 7 cities here the other day. What a bleak history that place has. Good thing it's all calmed down now. Okay, that's enough of rumors. Primus. Ah, poor Primus. His story is not a joyful one. Do not blame him for the state he is in. You see, he was built by a mighty republic to become a construction robot, and he took great pleasure in his work. He built homes and roads and bridges, but one day the republic fell, and an empire took its place. After the robots were done building palaces for the new rulers, it was ordered that they be converted to be soldiers. They were reprogrammed and rebuilt. Primus destroyed his own legs so that he would be discarded and managed to escape before he was gutted for parts. Now he lives here, but he's afraid of repairing himself because they will only ignore him so long as he is broken. Drink. You, little girl, are entirely too young for any of the drinks commonly served here. Oddness Standing. Oddness Standing is a lovely village, isn't it? The people are nice, the air is fresh, the sky is blue. You meet travelers from all over the world. Well, lately it's been a bit slow, but still a wonderful place to live. Basil. My family have been innkeepers in Oddness Standing for many generations now. It's a job ideally suited to our disposition. My brother runs an inn in Wonderopolis, but I prefer it here in the mountains of Oddness. Forest of Eyeballs. The Forest of Eyeballs is rather a spooky place to the west of Oddness Standing. I've been there a few times to collect ingredients for some of my more exotic cocktails, but I never stayed long. It's rumored to a terrible witch called Baba Yaga lives there, and of course there's the Lake of Blood and its sinister boatman. Well, there are certainly more cheerful places in the world. Helping Primus. Getting Primus to let go of his depression even a little would be great. Repairing his leg is out of the question, but perhaps something else can be done. I think he needs a unique experience. Something that will change his perspective. Okay. Bye. Alright. This is Primus. I'm getting talking to Primus 2542XR. What? Problems. I don't have a drinking problem. Leave me alone. Well, that was short. Okay. It's a bottle of 25-year-old Cien Isol original whiskey. Ball distilled boogie. Drink this and you'll be dancing all night long. Machine oil. What else would a robot drink? A bottle of Nernroot flavored ouzo. A bottle of Splurg. Bob the Spider is rehearsing his new opera in this glass. I love Bob the Spider, guys. A clean cup. This cup is quite clean. Let's see if there's any more clickables. Peppers from the shores of the river Unrana. Moldavian garlic is particularly powerful. The Iffle plant grows on the nipples of the Bovananon behemoth. It's hard to collect, but greatly improves all cocktails. This carpet was a present from Quetzalcoatl. Okay, and then there's a few more you can click on here. I highly, as always, recommend you play the game. Just because it is a free game, and it's gorgeous and adorable. I say gorgeous because it's such a clean little chalk, crayon aesthetic going on here, and so well written. This house belongs to Bob the Spider. He's home, but he's too busy trying to repair his Higgs mechanism to answer the door. Of course. And as for Bob the Spider, but another reason you want to play this is because it has the most adorable and charming music that so perfectly fits the mood. Oh my gosh. So you want to play this eventually. A very pretty flower is watching you through the window. Whoo! It's a pretty flower watching us. These peanuts are simply enormous. Talking to Shablot the mutant priest. Hello, what can I do for you? Evil Dr. McSelfish. I've heard that he once threatened to destroy Misseltonic University if they refused to give him 5 copies of their most precious occult books. They are forced to surrender the copies of De Vermis Mysterious, The King in Yellow, The Book of Ebon, The Western Canon, and Dull Chance. Oh, the loss to history and literature. Temple of Gloop. The Temple of Gloop is built into the mountain above the woods of Monster Beast and may only be reached by the road that leads through that area. You really should visit it. It is a home, a haven, a sacred place dedicated to learning, meditation, and Gloop. Book of Living Magic. The Book of Living Magic? Yes, we do have that tome in the library in the temple, right next to the Book of Livid Magic. One book I would not recommend reading. Okay, I'm getting a drink, guys. Wood of the Monster Beast. The wood of the monster beast lies slightly to the northeast of Honest Standing. It is quite easy to find. Terrible monster beast. I vividly remembered first reading about it in Guerin's list of terrifying creatures. Beware the terrible monster beast of unvanquishable doom, which layeth in the wood of the monster beast in the mountains of hardness. For its belly is filled with boiling oils, and its teeth are sharp as blades. Obviously not something we want to meet, right? Shablat. I'm Shablat, a humble mutant priest of Goop. I've come to Honest Standing to meditate upon the beauty of civilization and peanuts. Okay, well, thank you very much. So we got some new info here. Who's in this house? This is the home of Nellius, but he's out tending his flowers. So we've gone as far left as we can go. Let's go to the... can we go forward? Okay, it's that place that we can go forward into. Okay, so for here. These umbrellas are fresh and delicious, but you're not really hungry. I just love that eating umbrellas is a thing in these games. This is the home of Sirag Smith, but he's not home. On pretty days like today, he likes to punch holes in the mountains and look for ore. That makes sense. I know I would like to do that. Talking to Pravadika the Unhefted. Hail, fellow traveler. Pravadika. My name is Pravadika the Unhefted, daughter of Pravadicus, known as the woolly and Ovidia, called the Chomper of Grass. I have left my homeland of Baquitania in search of adventure and traveled all across the lands of dream, from the ruins of Bombarsharna to beautiful Saphaias. At the moment, I am resting in this remarkable little village, but soon my adventure will continue. I can feel the pull of the road in my hooves. That's cute. Travels. Ah, yes, there's nothing like traveling, is there? Even on your... Oh, sorry, this is a female, right? Even on your journey from that sad gray country, you felt it, didn't you? The freedom of leaving things behind, of seeing new places down the road. What is life if you have not seen the wonders of the mighty Revelstone, or marveled at the red walls of Pungarviz, or walked the ancient streets of Diadem, to cross the hills of Hap, to brave the desert of Narth? This is what you and I are born for. I am glad that you have followed your calling. Gonna take forever to read her stuff, sorry guys. Book of Living Magic. I do not know what this Book of Live Magic is, but I have encountered many books of great power in my travels. Some lead to wisdom, but beware! Not all do. Temple of Gloop. If you wish to find the Temple of Gloop, you should speak to the mutant priest who resides in this village. He is very kind and will surely be helpful. Evil Dr. McSelfish. A vile and terrible man he is. I've heard of him and his misdeeds many times. All across the lands of dream, his victims weep for the injustices he has committed. I should not be surprised if he were to stand between you and the Book of Living Magic. He hates all that he does not understand, and a journey such as yours is far beyond him. Pool of Tranquility. The Pool of Tranquility lies slightly north of the wood of the monster beast. It is a place of beauty and safety, created long ago by a mighty sorceress. You should not neglect visiting it while you are in this land. And thank you very much, ma'am. Hey, how are you? Want to see my stick collection? Talking to Ingrass, the stick insect. Ingrass. My name is Ingrass, the stick insect, but most of my friends call me Steve. And this here is my awesome stick collection. Hey, did you know that Shama V. Birk's Asta size 74 was used by Punapa of Karuna to clean his boots after his famous second victory in the marshes of Mutant Pasca? I did not. Book of Living Magic. The Book of Living Magic? I don't think I've ever heard of that, but I'm sure the mutant folks at the Temple of Gloop can help you. They're really nice. They traded me 2 rare West Wristlip elm sticks for a set of Mizmazadi walking sticks. Sticks. Aren't sticks just amazing? I love sticks. They're so pretty and useful too. You can use them to pick your nose, or to build a tent, or to make a raft with, or to hide in. And they smell good. Did you know that Croesus Morosus defeated Rubus the Red using nothing but a size 65 Quercus stick? Many of the greatest heroes relied heavily on their sticks and would never have succeeded without them. Trade. I don't sell my sticks, but I do trade them for other sticks. Right now, what I'm looking for is a magic stick of any size. If you find one, please let me know. So we know we have to find a magic stick. Okay. The red color signifies that the sticks in this box are particularly sticky. Huh, that's cute. And look who we have here, the fabulous Screech. That's actually the entire wagon. Katsui vehicle design is very cost effective. Wow, yep. These humans look a bit restless. You can't tell for certain, but this ball might be floating. You don't think you're allowed to touch it, though. This consists of 90% boing and only 10% egg. Okay. Oh. You could try going in there while the show isn't on, but you'd probably never come out again. The smell of tuna emanates from this window. Ah, wild human, I could use your services. Circus. You have the honor of seeing before you the fabulous Screech and his trained humans, the only circus ever to successfully train the wild and dangerous species ironically known as Homo sapiens. Yes, indeed, I, the fabulous Screech, having survived many expeditions into their hazardous habitat, have discovered the secrets of taming humans, even teaching them pleasing tricks and amusing maneuvers. All this and more in our unforgettable cornucopia of circus and entertainment. The fabulous Screech. I am the fabulous Screech, sometimes called simply the fabulous Screech, but known to all as the greatest cat entertainer in all the world. From humble but proud roots in majestic Katsui, I have risen to my present position through intelligence, talent, and sheer beauty. Humans. A funny, if primitive, species. No offense, I do honestly believe, though many cats do not, that there is a very real potential in humans, or I would not have based my circus on their skills. Humans are capable of showing great affection, problem-solving skills, perhaps even something resembling genuine intelligence. With proper breeding and after certain surgical procedures, they may even be suitable as pets. Book of Living Magic? The Book of Living Magic? I'm sure I've heard of this before. Some manner of spellbook, perhaps? We cats do not have no need of such contrivances, since magic flows freely in our veins, but in a sense it is quite remarkable that you humans have managed to set down certain principles of magic on paper. As I always say, I believe in humans. Look at all the things they can achieve, despite their inherent limitations. Honest Standing. Honest Standing is, without a question, the nicest place in the mountains of oddness. My circus passes through here regularly, and we often stay for several weeks. Audiences here aren't huge, but the mountain air is good for my fur, and humans enjoy the fresh grass. Services. Lately, my humans have been getting a little restless. It's a natural condition, as you probably know, but the relentless scratching and moaning is rather aggravating. So, it has come to my attention that somewhere in these mountains there is the so-called Pool of Tranquility. If you could bring me some water from said pool, I will reward you handsomely. Here's a bottle. Don't break it. I know how you humans can be. And thank you for that, Screech. We have our first mission to help those restless humans. Do. Okay. The light bulb stall seems nice enough, but they don't have anything particularly fascinating or exotic. Besides, the light bulbs seem a little stale. Don't you guys say it when you go and you buy a light bulb and they're stale. These delicious-looking watermelons carry the sweet memories of far land under the bright sun. Potatoes from the feet of Pantaloon Giant of Zapatona. These carrots belong to a species that originally grew in the Forest of Eyeballs, which is why eating them is good for your eyes and slightly disgusting. Ugh. Yeah. One more, we'll look at the banana thing. A mysterious yellow symbol. Should have known. Talking to Ookbert Appledern. Ook, ook, ook! Ook! Ook, ook, ook! I have a marble stuck in my nose. Ook, I can't get it out. I need a feather. Ook, ook, ook! Okay, well, that's all I need to know. Thank you. Talking to Duncan the Duck. How can I help you, young lady? Duncan. Let's see if I can replicate that voice.
I have lived in understanding for several years now, and I like it very much here. I was born on a faraway continent called Fricania, but I migrated away from there when the conflict between the Lion Tars and the Leopard Men seemed destined to become a war. I then lived for a time in Yarnith, where Yarny Zah is worshipped, but when the plague came, I decided to find a home where I could finally live in peace. And peace I have found here in the Mountains of Oddness. Kitchenware. I've always had an interest in kitchenware, so it seemed a natural choice. Terrible Monster Beast. It is said that the terrible monster beast of unvanquishable doom lives in a dark cave in the woods of the monster beast. Here it devours all who dare disturb it. They say its teeth are razor sharp and its belly filled with boiling oil. This is why I prefer to stay away from that part of the mountains. Pegasus. A magnificent creature, the Pegasus. I first saw him when I came here from Yarnith. We flew over the mountains together, and the sun on our faces, the wind lifting us up. It was glorious. We've been friends ever since, and I visit him every now and then. His nest is up on Mount Cleo, high above the forest of eyeballs. Problems. The presence of the evil Dr. McSelfish is causing many caravans to avoid Oddness Standing, and I can't entirely blame them. I heard that he once stole every single fireplace in Ozaldarum, and another time he broke all the rudders of all the boats on Plunder Island. His villainy truly knows no boundaries. Feather. I'm sorry, but I'm disinclined to sacrifice one of my feathers for that flea-infested hairball. Every day that blasted monkey manages to get himself into yet another clownishly stupid situation, and other people always have to clean up after him. Maybe this time he'll learn something. So guess we have to get from the Pegasus. Okay. I do say guess because I have not played this in a long time. I play the Fabulous Creature far more regularly. So we have 4 more areas to go through, and we're at about 30 minutes right now, so we'll call this video good for now, and I'll actually just go ahead and upload this in parts throughout the week. So I'll probably upload part 1 today, since there's so much going on here. So I definitely keep looking for the updates on this particular story. Just remember, whatever your opinion on this series, whether you like having the videos without ads, is that a nice break from having all the videos with ads? I don't know, but let me know by leaving a like, leaving a comment, or sharing this video for someone else to leave those things here. Alright, and don't forget to subscribe. You do have that option at the end of the video. But until next time, Crayon out.